they have the right version, and I clicked the wrong thing then. Alright, so here we are, Star Station. The colors are the same, so this is good. Ooh, we have a PVT now, so this is looking even better, yo. And he's telling him the race, so he's being very mana. Didn't think of that. But this is the right ladder map, so they are forced cross positions, guys, so they know exactly where they're spawned in. Technically makes it a two-player map, but of course you can do, you're playing random, you do as you want, bro. But here we are, so at the bottom right, playing as the orange Protoss, tying it up the score in the last game, it is of course WaZ and his opponent. Playing random, but getting dealt Terran this game, playing as the pink Protoss, it is a Newbton. Pink Terran, my bad. And yeah, this should be a really good match. PVT is by far my favourite matchup. I love me some PVT, yo. Best matchup there ever was. And we should have a pretty good game, because this is quite a large map. There's a lot of bases, a lot of places to mine from, and you know, even a lot of dead space around the bases, so drops can be very potent, which is of course a big deal. So barracks will get dropped, get ready. 150, there it is, and it's looking cool so far. What do we have coming out of that? Okay, 1 second, sorry. Sorry. Just get out the way. I hate not responding to people, drives me wild, I'm sorry. Alright, so we do have the second gas coming down, which is really cool. So we're going to probably see like a mothership into like a sentry, into maybe a robo, or an expansion into the robo. 2 guys on each gas means he does have enough resources to get good timing on his expansion without dedicating too much to mining that gas. Because of course, you know, if we compare it to Wall, for example, we did have a lot of, you know, it was 1 gas expansions pretty much into maybe 2 gates into the robo, where now it's the robo into the gateways, because of course you have to be very safe against things like widow mines. Widow mine drops can just kill you off if you don't have detection. So Reaper in production. Now this is a good map for Reapers, a lot of space to get in and out of your opponent's space, as we can see right here. And because of course the fact that he knows where his opponent is makes life so much easier. You know, we'll probably see the Reaper jump in around by here maybe, and then straight into the mineral line. You can jump up by here, but everyone expects it around by here, so like it's a bit of a mind game. We'll see what happens. Let's watch the Reaper with a 3.75 speed, which is actually pretty damn fast. They did get a command center in production. The Zealot is at the bottom of the ramp in a bad spot, in my opinion. It can get attacked. Like he wants to put it by here, so if the Reaper goes up the high ground, it won't see it until it's too late. But Stalker does join the fight. We do have the Mothership Core here now, which really makes a big difference. Put the Mothership Core around by here, and with its great range, the Reaper is easy to spot and predict where it will enter the base. Nexus, come on, come on, there it is. As we hit 400 minerals, a bit of a mistake. He drops the Nexus, not paying attention to his cliffs of his base, so the the surface area, and once again the Reaper does do a nice little dodge. Now interestingly enough, the command center is in base, so this is a very defensive play from Noob. Second racks in production, second gas in production, and even an eBay with the +1 at 5 minutes 20. So that's a little curious. That's really fast. That's like really fast. That's like eBay timing for DTs, or you know, the 5-minute oracles. Like pretty much, this Reaper has to run away 1 more shot, and it will get taken out. But of course, it is too fast. Like the super interesting thing, you might notice that the Stalker went to go shoot, but of course, because it has an attack animation because of the projectile, as opposed to an instant hit, the Reaper was in range. Shot went to get fired, and then the Reaper was out of range. So the Reaper did stay alive. Oracle, ooh. And even a Forge, so interesting. The Forge is of course for some upgrades, but we could have, you know, a lot of Oracles, or we're gonna just have 1. Bunker in production, command center landing on the low ground, and mills are about to get dropped. Drop the mills. unless he's a bit scared or something. He's had a pretty good scout. He hasn't seen, of course, the Stargate just yet. He has to be careful, this Reaper. As the game gets later on, it gets a lot harder to keep your Reaper alive. The Oracle might have got spotted then, I don't know. It was pretty close, so it might have, but it's one of those things, you know, if you can see it, there's a big difference between, you know, being able to see it and actually looking at it and seeing it. So this could be a surprise, this might not be. There is no turret in production just yet, which is a bit of a giveaway, and at this moment in time it looks like WaZ thinks that his opponent is playing maybe aggressive or something. As we can see, there is cannons in production, so he probably thinks it's a Widowmine attack. If it was, he'd be dead by now, because he has you know, the Oracle would be over here, and of course, you know, 2 Widowmines and stuff against an Oracle, fair enough, it moves around, but you know, it is a timed spell. WaZ for the supply lead is running up here. The turret gets erected just in time and takes a single shot into the Phoenix, or the Oracle. No damage dealt just yet. Was there a second one produced? No, there was. No, only one. That seems like such a heavy investment, I gotta say. Nice proxy pile on there, just in case. A lot of units. The Stargate, Starport, soon to finish up. Right here, that's the command center. So that's interesting. You know, we pretty much have a macro game on our hands now, because of course the Terran is gonna want to take this to a longer game. Ooh, charge as well. And armor upgrade is of course very beneficial against things like Marines, because they shoot fast but have they don't do much damage. Nice little revelation there will allow WaZ to know exactly if these units come and attack him, and if they do, how many. So this is pretty much the only benefit of the Oracle, in my opinion, and like I don't really use it. +1 armor will finish, but of course there is already +1 weapons, so that is made redundant by that upgrade. And if the armor finishes, which it does in 30 seconds, then there will be 1-1v-10, which of course favors the Terran. So this is interesting. Is he gonna push? Is he gonna go for it? Is he gonna go for the stim? The photon overcharge does not get dropped. Nice bait. He did get the force fields, but not the photon overcharge, which is the much more valuable energy. The medevacs are coming. There are 2 here. How many? There's too many units here to pick them all up, but with the reinforcements streaming across the map, we could have a double-pronged attack. Now, this is interesting. There is Vikings in production, but there's actually no Colossus, so this could go against him. He's got to drop the force fields. Oh, the High Templars not doing anything. They don't have Storm. I don't know if Storm was researched. It wasn't, so I don't know why he's running around with these. Just morph one into an Archon and then get the feedback. But he does know that these units are here thanks to the Observer. If he can get the feedbacks, then that really puts him in a good spot, because the medevacs are so much easier to kill. Nice little distraction here at the natural as the main. He's going to get the feedbacks, and you know, that was still 81 damage done to one of these medevacs. The other one had 90 damage, so that is a lot. He's going for the High Templars, and oh, he's trying to drop some units, trying to maybe target fire them down, but that was not a good trade. That was just 3 units for nothing. A little bit of harassment into the natural keeps WaZ occupied, and behind this, the Terran, in my opinion, is playing really well. The supply is completely even. There is a supply block for the Protoss. His economy is better, but of course the 3 mills on 3 base is a lot more, you know, is a lot better in comparison to, you know, a 2 base Protoss. So probes getting killed off here, quite a few there, and some of the units do get left behind, and no High Templars. So that was okay. A couple of probes for like 8 supply worth of units is not an amazing trade, but it's, you know, at least I guess it's a trade. So here comes the armory that allows him to start his 2-2 straight away. Yep, the timings on that not the best. Mobius reactor and concussive shells in production, so we will see ghosts to counteract the High Templars. Of course, the Vikings are non-existent right now as they are non-needed, and this is 7 High Templars. Nexus gets dropped. I thought he was going to go for maybe a 2 base with some Immortals, and like maybe 1 Archon and a lot of Storm, but he's actually not, and that's unfortunate because I think that would win him the game. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's no bunkers or anything, and the 3rd is an orbital, not a command center, not a planetary. 4 Zella Warpin will go into the natural, and this could really help the Protoss player, because of course all the units are rallied to be here, so they're coming out. The Zealots will be able to Never mind, that more order will spot them. But still, 4 Zealots can do a good job. Charge is done, they're running there. Is that a full stem out of the units? No, it's just a full retreat, which gives some breathing room to our Protoss WaZ. He's able to move across the map, see what's going on, see the third, see what the economy's like. Robo Bay in production with a War Prism and 2-2 for our Terran. So he is really getting ahead on the upgrades as our Protoss is... he's got +2, which is awesome for the armor, but he's not continuing his +3 right now. The units, this is interesting. We could see a flank. These units coming from the side. These High Templars might have enough energy. Actually, no, they will not. The units coming up, though, this is going to be so interesting. We're going to have a bit of a flank. If he gets a really good flank, or the units go into the natural and force the Terran to micro and get distracted, the High Templars coming from behind. He has to be so careful. There are no ghosts. I think the units from behind up here, they can get in on this action. If they do, like, they're going to do so much damage. These 2 storms, he's going for it. I love this type of stuff. Oh, a nice EMP gets a couple of the High Templars, but not any extra damage. They are morphed into Archon, and it does get pushed back a little bit. Here it comes. Get ready. We're going to have so many storms. This is going to be such a good fight for the Protoss player. Oh, storms everywhere. The bio is melting. The High Templars doing so much damage. Feedbacks could get dropped to kill all the medevacs as well, but instead he's just going to decimate this army with Zealots. Like, Zealots winning the game here. The third is going to be forced to left off or will be killed 100%. No way to save that. Most of the medevacs have been taken out. There is no harassment from what I can tell. No drops or anything like that. So the Terran is 100% focused in on this. Look at this bank. The supplies start to favor the Terran, the Protoss, sorry, as the Terran is dropping. The big warping keeps the supplies even more biased to our Protoss. There's the GG. Yeah, that was a little unfortunate there.